Oh, hey, it's you. Yeah, you can see I'm in a little bit of a situation right now, but you were looking for a video on Act 1 today? I'll do my best, but as you can see, I've been converted into a lemon. It's a little bit difficult for me to even move right now. I asked ChatGPT, make me a lemon, and I wanted it to use Dolly 3, but you can see how that turned out. What the hell was that? Ah! Oh gosh! Oh, someone make it stop! Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh man, you guys don't even want to know how I got out of that situation. All I gotta say is thank God that cat had some good digestive health. But anyways, we're back. Yes, we're talking about RunwayML's Act 1 today. And if you don't know what Act 1 is, let me give you the lowdown. So this is the blog post for Act 1. This is made by RunwayML, and it's a new way to generate very expressive character performances using real video inputs made by a real actor. And you could record it with anything. It could be your cell phone, and you could act out pretty much every character in an entire story, right? It's basically taking whatever facial movements that you act out in your video and then transplanting them on any image of any character, all using the power of AI. And the quality is really quite good as well. In a lot of cases, it looks professional, especially with 3D animation, for example. And there's a lot of different scenarios, use cases, and tests that we're going to get into to show you what Act 1 is truly capable of today. But I want to start off here on the actual Runway blog, showing you their demo videos.
Am I looking here?
Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys.
What? You're gonna fire me because there's hot milk everywhere on the floor of the coffee shop? I mean, it's one latte. It's not that big of a deal.
Everything's fine. Everything's totally great. This is gonna be the best day ever.
Smashed my phone the other night.
And you know how much I love that phone.
Okay, all right. Just breathe. Okay, maybe don't breathe that hard. Who knew there were so many kinds of beans to choose from? Fava, black, kidney, butter, white beans.
Now you're surprised.
Oh, wow.
I'm beginning to think that you don't understand the gravity of this situation.
You came all the way down to the Department of Motor Vehicles and didn't bring your driver's license?
Scott, settle down. Everyone, settle down, please.
I don't know how to be sad without closing my eyes. Perfect. We got it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So yeah, that's basically Act 1. I know in some of my other videos I have shown off this little demo that RunwayML put together, but I think it's a really, really good little advertisement for their product. And there's actually a lot to point out. So first of all, we know it can be transplanted on pretty much any character, whether it be 3D animated, a photo of a real person, etc., etc. The requirements seem to be that they have eyebrows, eyeballs, a nose, and a mouth. Pretty much it. It actually tries to detect the face when you're generating with it. We can see that it's also possible to do animated backgrounds, for example, but I have noticed that the camera can't really move. So we can have like a burning building or maybe even some swaying trees or something in the background, maybe possibly. I think it's a little bit difficult to get out of the model, but it is possible. It's just camera movement isn't there yet. All kinds of different varying styles of characters, whether they're animated, and all kinds of different settings. And you can see that, like in this example, we have the character's head totally turned to the side, and it still does it very faithfully, very accurately, showing off the 3D detail as well in the character's face as he turns his head. So his head can move, it's just the background can be a little bit difficult, I think. I think this one was a pretty impressive example of how much the characters can move in the scene and how far the Act 1 can take that. But you'll notice, like, stable background in pretty much all of these clips, with very few limited exceptions. But the characters look good. They look very convincing. And I think if you use this well, you can produce something that is very much watchable, sometimes maybe even indistinguishable from non-3D animated movies, I would say, or something that wasn't created with AI. I think this one, for example, like it has this very realistic aspect of it, and it's not really all that creepy, but you can tell that it's not a real person. It almost looks like a super photorealistic render or something like that from Blender. It's so strange. But like I said, it's very watchable. That's the whole point. In the blog, they go on to say that they capture the essence of a performance, and I think that is very much true. Traditional pipelines for facial animation often involve complex, multi-step workflows. These can include motion capture equipment, multiple footage references, manual face rigging, among other techniques. That's absolutely true. The goal is to transpose an actor's performance onto a 3D model suitable for an animation pipeline. The key challenge with traditional approaches lies in preserving emotion and nuance from the reference footage into the digital character. Their approach obviously uses a completely different pipeline. It's all AI driven, and all you need is one performance by an actor, and it can pretty much be anywhere. I mean, I literally just sat here in my room and it works great.
So let me get this straight. You came all the way down to the Department of Motor Vehicles and didn't bring your driver's license?
You have to do a lot of facial reacting. I think that's one point that people are going to notice when they start messing around with this. You really need to act and let it out, especially for like a 3D animated character, but if you do that, it comes out good. And as we already spoke about, the model does have the ability to produce cinematic and realistic looking outputs, things that actually look like they were filmed on a real camera, for example, or very high quality 3D render, at least, that really isn't uncanny or creepy. Like, I think this one down here looks incredibly realistic. The more stylization and consistency you have across your art style throughout whatever you're creating, the better I think it'll pull it off, and the more convincing it will end up being. Here's an example that I also showed off in my last video. This is a multi-camera dialogue scene edited together using a single actor and a camera setup to drive the performance of two unique generated characters. So you can theoretically play a bunch of different characters in one large movie that's all created using this technology. And someone in my last video pointed out that they're pretty positive this scene is directly word for word from Breaking Bad, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. The characters even look like Mike Armentrout and Walter White from the show, but it just goes to show that with good writing, with real good creative filmmaking, this can work at a very professional level. It's very convincing.
Been waiting long enough. I think it's time to decide. You really think you can just walk away from all this?
I have to. There's no other choice.
There's always a choice. You just don't like the alternatives.
What would you have me do? Stay? Just watch it all crumble around me?
It's what you signed up for. It's what we all signed up for.
I signed up to make a difference. I'm not just trying to be a cog in the machine.
You think leaving will solve anything?
It's a start.
Very convincing. I think they look like real people. You can tell if you're really looking for it and obviously presented within the context like, hey, this is AI generated. Like this video, for example. You obviously are going in with the expectation that it's AI, but if you were, sitting on your phone relaxing towards the end of the night or something and it just came across and you had no idea, would you be able to tell is the question. So yeah, it's some pretty darn cool AI technology for sure. But what are the details? How can I get access to this thing? Well, as of today, I believe it's available for everyone to use and mess around with. Obviously, Runway does work on a payment credits system, so it's not exactly free, which sucks. I'm going to try to be very comprehensive in my testing with this video, though, to show you what you can expect and decide if you would like to pay for it yourself. And obviously, doing this kind of thing before Act 1 was way more expensive. Like I said, multiple camera angles, like software to rig and animate it all. This is unprecedented technology to be democratized to the likes of us average Joes. Let's get into actually messing with this thing. Here is the interface for it. As you can see, you select your asset up to 30 seconds of video and drag it up to the top. And this will be your input video that it's going to base the acting off of. And then they have a bunch of pre-selected characters that you can choose and test out the thing with, but you can also upload your own, and I recommend using something like Ideogram AI to generate whatever character you're looking for. And that's obviously what I did for the opening of this video. You can see this is the character that the opening clip was based off of. Very, very creepy, but we've got the eyebrows, eyeballs, nose, mouth, so it was able to detect and use it. Anyways, let's use one of these predefined characters because they are actually pretty cool. Let's select this guy, and I'm going to use my phone to actually record the video. My word, what a beard I have! Oh man, this thing is certainly going to impress the ladies tonight. I am so excited with this just massive, beautiful beard. Alright, that's my performance. The reason, by the way, I'm using my phone to record is because that's obviously what most of you guys would be doing, and I'm also recording on my PC separately. So while I can use this PC setup to record, I could also just use this. And I'm going to send that video to myself through Discord. My word! What a beard I have! Oh man, this thing is certainly going to impress the ladies tonight. I am so excited with this just massive, beautiful beard. We'll see how that goes. So you plug your video in, and we will click generate, and now we wait. Wait times are definitely a little bit longer than the typical Gen 3 alpha generations, especially image to video or turbo, but it's within just like a few minutes, so it's definitely doable. The longer the clip also, the longer the generation time. While we wait for this one, I'm gonna do some more creating of my own characters. For that, I'm using Ideogram. 16:9 aspect ratio seems to work pretty well. The oldest, grumpiest, most wrinkly old man ever to exist. He is holding a rubber duck. Generate. Oh, perfect! As you can see, very realistic looking generations coming from this model. I like this guy. I'm going to go with this guy. Just simply download the image, and we can put it right back through. Looks like this generation is done, though, so let's take a peek. My word! What a beard I have! Oh man, this thing is certainly going to impress the ladies tonight. I am so excited with this just massive, beautiful beard. Well, it worked. I think the head movements look good. The one thing that's tricky is obviously blinking the eyes, especially when it's a cartoon character, and that is a consistent thing that I've noticed. It likes to just blink the pupils and not the whole eyeball. You can always rerun the generation, but that's one thing I would look to be improved. You want to see an example of this? It should be actually in this clip. There it is. I mean, it's pretty natural feeling, but let's record something for Grandpa. Oh yeah, so when you upload your image, like this for example, it has to detect the face. Obviously there's a pretty clear face here, it's a real looking person, but we'll click the crop button, detecting the human face, and there it goes. Alright, you're about to witness another incredible performance from MattVidActor. Who the hell do they think they are, trying to take my rubber duck from me? I swear, little ducky, I'm gonna make sure you're safe in this place. They can't take you from me. Oh, my throat. That one hurt. And that's the thing too, is you can try to act voices out, but we also have AI to do different voices. So I can translate whatever my voice is into a real old man's voice, and that would be pretty incredible. So we're trying that today for sure. Alright, let's pull this new video right in here. Who the hell do they think they are, trying to take my rubber duck from me? Dude, that's scary. Alright, send it through. Let's keep going, let's keep going. Let's try something like a copyrighted character. Medium shot, 3D animated movie, Super Mario sits at a bar with a beer, looking sad. Oh man, this is like perfect. He's got the hat off and everything. He's all sad. Beer looks good though, I have to say. And our old man video has been generated. See, it actually goes pretty darn quick.
Who the hell do they think they are, trying to take my rubber duck from me? I swear, little ducky, I'm gonna make sure you're safe in this place. They can't take you from me.
That's pretty good. But you'll notice, like, this duck is completely still no matter what. It doesn't look like a real shot. I think there is a way to fix this. If we download this video, I'm going to open up a new Runway tab. Then we'll do video to video. Camera slowly zooms in. Will this work? I guess we'll come back to find out. All right, now we got to upload Mario. Will it be able to recognize this face? Because it is very cartoony. See, unable to detect a face. This is the most annoying problem. Oh, and we got our Gen 3 video to video. I wonder how this turned out.
Who the hell do they think they are, trying to take my rubber duck from me? I swear, little ducky, I'm gonna make sure you're safe.
Okay, I mean, honestly, that is a little bit better in some ways. There's definitely something there. You could make it, you know, have a little bit more movement. All right, back to Act 1. Will our Mario face get detected this time, please? Oh my gosh, so aggravating. It's like he has to have like a real human nose or something. His nose is somewhat small and human looking. He looks sad. I like how Ideogram has taken it upon themselves to make him look drunk. I was finally able to get an image that actually worked, and yeah, you can see it looks a lot more human and a little bit less 3D animated-esque. This is something I really would like Runway to improve, because there's definitely detectable faces in a lot of the images that I'm uploading to this thing, and it's still saying, unable to find a face. Alright, let's do some wonderful acting for this Mario scene. Yup. They took the kids. They took Peach away from me. Everything on my toadstools, it's all gone. It's all gone. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go bankrupt. I owe the IRS money. It's a disaster out here. Very creative scenes. Plug this one right in. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And then after this generates, I think I'm going to take these generations we made and then run them through a voice changer to see how crazy we can get. I can already tell this one's going to be really good. Yup. They took the kids. They took Peach away from me. Everything on my toadstools, it's all gone. It's all gone. Oh man. I'm gonna have to go bankrupt. I owe the IRS money. It's a disaster out here. Yup. They took the kids. That part is so good, just the opening. This long silence and then, yup, they took the kids. Oh man, that's rough. Sorry, Mario. Let's try the voice changer. Alright, so to convert the speech to another voice, we're going to be using 11 labs. I think we're going to allow it to be more variable and higher similarity. Let's try it.
Yup. They took the kids. They took Peach away from me.
That's pretty good, actually. That's really good. Let's put it together. Get ready for some real filmmaking. Little bit of crowd bar ambiance, the 11 Labs voice, and we are good to go. Now you guys should feel really immersed.
Yup. They took the kids. They took Peach away from me. Everything on my toadstools, it's all gone. It's all gone. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go bankrupt. I owe the IRS money. It's a disaster out here.
Oh man, I kind of feel bad for him now. Sorry, Mario. I'm sorry. But that's good. This is a good example of what can be done in literally like, 10 minutes? Really cool. All right, the old man.
Who the hell do they think they are, trying to take my rubber duck from me? I swear, little ducky, I'm gonna make sure you're safe in this place. They can't take you from me.
It's pretty good, pretty good. It's hard to find a good old man voice to use, honestly. I thought this one came out particularly good.
My word, what a beard I have. Oh man, this thing is certainly going to impress the ladies tonight. I am so excited with this just massive, beautiful beard. My word.
Simple, quick tests, but I think they reveal a lot. Start with an ideogram character to base everything off of, then record your lines, act them out, put it through Runway's Act 1, get your output. Do some voice changing with 11 Labs, put a little bit of ambient music or whatever background sounds, and there you go. You have something that's quite cinematic, quite watchable, I think. You could act out a ton of different characters and do an entire story if you so happen to want to. I'm really excited to see what people make with this. And speaking of that, I do have some initial community reactions and tests to share. This one right here is pretty darn cool. This is from Jeff Synthesized. He says, now we can make animations during our lunch breaks, and it's absolutely true. Really fun, really cool.
Hey, Doug. Doug? Yeah? Have you seen the clown that likes to hide from ugly people? No?
It's pretty funny. I love when he starts to crack up. He just jiggles around so much, and it's like a real 3D animated film, and he falls down. It's freaking awesome. I love people getting creative with AI. Here we have another test by Scout House Lab testing different faces, and it's just a nice quick little comparison video.
So there I am, standing right in front of the shelves, eggs on one side, toilet paper on the other side, and guess what? Empty! Like not even a single carton of those organic ones that are really expensive, where the chickens are running around a grassy field, eating Fruity Pebbles.
Like, all I wanted was a nice Saturday where I can rip up some pancakes and maybe do some cleaning.
But it's as if the universe is trying to tell me, not today, buddy, not today, my friend.
I just want to feel normal again.
That's pretty crazy, right? It shows you how much of a difference the different character can make and their voice as well. But it's all recorded in a car. He's just in a car, transplanted onto all of these different faces. Absolutely incredible, right? Here we've got a pretty awesome example from Mr. John Finger on Twitter. He actually drew his own character and then used it in Act 1. So check this out.
One of the places I was thinking might be interesting is in hand animation. If you're wanting to directly drive a performance that you drew, I thought I'd test out, just doing a rough little cartoon character and then seeing if I can drive it. And if it looks like it keeps the character pretty consistent. Also, I don't want the character to have like photorealistic teeth or photorealistic eyes all of a sudden. So we'll see how it handles that.
It handled it well. Some good replies actually in this one as well. Tom Elton points out who owns the copyright. Obviously, with RunwayML, you own everything you generate. It seems pretty limited, as John Finger points out, to just the head, some slight shoulder movements. Every once in a while, it'll do something else. But I think for this animated character test, it does move in like this weird, like human-esque way. It's not really animated looking, but the teeth and everything and the blinking of the eyes looks great. It's definitely watchable. It's definitely an art style, I think, that could be pulled off in an artistic piece of media, whatever you might create. I don't think people would complain. And there are plenty of people online just testing this out with their own original characters. It seems like everyone pretty much just got access to it. I've had access for a couple of days, but yeah, I mean, it's really, really promising. As a lot of people point out here, like E.T. Foster here, animation takes forever, and this changes the whole game. There are so many new workflows available now, and I can't keep up. Sloan points out if we can get full body and face, then nothing is stopping this from being a legit feature tool. I think it's still legit right now if you use it for certain projects. It's not as diverse, but you're totally right. Full body tracking, full body character performance overlay, I think is something that we could see in the future, and that would be really awesome. Mr. John Finger also took it a step further and did some post work to combine Gen 3 video and Act 1 together to do a much more full body fluid character animation. I'm not exactly sure how he pulled this off because we tried something a little bit similar earlier, but this looks pretty darn great.
Yes, you can generate a body for your character, but it's going to be much less valuable because it's going to be the text-to-edge detection.
The facial movements aren't as good, however, the body looks pretty great. Richie makes a really compelling point here, though. There's an issue with this. We don't have consistent characters. We need to generate multiple angles from one initial image, front, back, left, right. We need to be able to have consistent characters across a wide variety of scenes. I think for a lot of these tools, that's the last piece of the puzzle for people going off and really creating meaningful stories and driving this AI-based creation further. Someone's going to crack consistent characters in a good way at some point here, and it looks like Runway might be on the right track. Tell me what you guys think about it, though. I'm super excited to see this technology improve and get better and get more feature-filled, but I'm having a ton of fun with it so far, as can plainly be seen. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.